So, today's conspiracy is going to be about the perfect storm. So, I have to say that I did not see this one coming. I mean, how can you get everyone to go to their homes, be locked in their homes, and close down most all of the businesses in the world? I guess have a pandemic because it really works. So, do you think that the people on the top got together and thought, we are going to need to do some stuff, and we're going to need to have an excuse why the economy crashes and why all this stuff goes down, and we need all these people in their homes so that they're not out protesting or gathering together or talking to each other. So let's see what would work in that case. Let's see, what could we get? Let's see. Elephants in the streets? No, that wouldn't work. Let's see. A weather anomaly? No, that would be too complicated to pull off. Let's see. I know. We'll say there's a deadly virus going around and that everybody needs to go into their homes and stay in lockdown for 2 months. Wow, that is genius. We can get them to go in their homes for 2 months. We can close down all their businesses. We can take away all their livelihoods. And they won't even question the fact of why all of a sudden the economy has crashed. There's some things that we want to do right now. So let's see, we want to usher in universal income. So once they have no jobs, they'll be glad that we're sending them a check every month and that we're that they're being able to eat still since they can't go out and get a job or anything. And, we'll just let them have universal income. And this will be a good way to usher that in and to start it. We won't even tell them that's what we're doing. We'll just say we're sending you one payment. And then before you know it, they'll be looking forward to the second one that we're going to give them, because we're going to give them another payment. So then that will be 2 payments. And let's see, what else could we do? We could, then they're going to be wanting the vaccine for this virus. They're going to be wanting the vaccine, so we can make them demand to have a vaccine for this virus so that they can get back to their lives. It'll work out really good. And then let's see, we need to have a tracking system so we can know where they're at all times and that we can keep an eye on them. So let's put a chip in the vaccine, but they won't even know that the chip is coming. They'll just accept it because they want this vaccine so bad. And that way, that will get them back to their lives. But once they get back to their lives, there'll be no jobs. So they'll just have to rely on their universal income that's coming out. So that will work out really good. And we can push all these agendas that we want to push. Do you think that's true? I don't know if that scenario is true or not, but conspiracy theorists say that might be one of the things that people are pushing right now, is that they're trying to lock us all in our homes to usher in this new system that everybody wants to have. The global elites want us to start this global system, and this is a good way to do it. They had the event that happened right before the pandemic, and so that looks really suspicious to a lot of people. So I don't know what I think about that, but I know that a lot of people think, that's plausible. Maybe that's what people did, is they just thought, this would be a good way to usher all that in. Because you never let a good crisis go to waste. So that's what people are saying about this particular conspiracy theory. That this was all, whether it was accidentally released or whether it was naturally occurring, that once it happened, that people just took advantage of it and are running with their own agendas. And who knows who they are? I don't know who they are. Do you know who they are? If I knew who they were, I would be more alert of staying away from they, because I wouldn't want anything to do with it. But, you know, it's something that I never saw coming, because I've been preparing for a few years now, you know, and I've always been interested in being prepared for the worst case scenario, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And whenever I was thinking about those things, it was never a pandemic that I thought about, you know. I've watched those movies like everybody else has, you know, where the pandemic comes and then everything's chaos in the end, you know, and it goes downhill really fast in those scenarios. But I never paid much attention to any of them, because I thought, it just seemed like a blah kind of way to end the world, you know. But I have to say that it's kind of genius on their part, because when you think about it, I can't think of a different way that you would get people to voluntarily go be locked in their homes and not come out, and voluntarily give up their livelihoods and close their businesses. I mean, nobody's even really questioned anything that's going on right now. They've just accepted it as the truth. I mean, you have people now that are demanding to stay locked up in their house, you know? I mean, every year the flu goes around and it gets a lot of people sick, and some people even die from it. But nobody locks you in your house for that, you know? And you just have to think, you know, is this all their plan in the first place? You know, there's other conspiracies too that kind of come around with this whole same scenario, and we'll dive into those in the following Tuesdays from now. But there's ones like the AI is coming, and that's a whole nother one, is that they need to put us on universal income, so that when AI comes along and it puts us all out of our jobs, then, you know, we'll just be at home getting universal income while the robots run the world. But that's a different conspiracy for a different day. So we'll see how this one plays out, you know. I have to wonder, you know, I'm curious what's next, you know. I'm hoping that we will all get back to our lives. I really am. I'm hoping that in my conspiracy mind and in other people's conspiracy minds, if that is what your conspiracy is all about, is that it's not that. You know, it's just a virus. It's going around. They're going to get it under control, and nothing else is coming down the pike. We can hope that that's true, but I don't know if that's true, because, my conspiracy mind says that there's always something underneath the surface that we don't see, that people are trying to push on us or get away with, so that they can push their own agenda and push us farther down the pike. So, is planning a pandemic the perfect way to close down the economy and crash the system, so that you can usher in something new, something that you wanted to come along all the way? You know, we can call it something, or we can call it something else, or we can say things, you know. Is that what's going on here? You know, only time will tell how these things are going to play out. You know, only time will tell. Debbie, your silly conspiracy brain is just loopy, and you are out there, you know? You don't know what's going on at all, you know? And I hope that's so, you know? I already have some other ideals for some of the future conspiracy theory Tuesdays, you know? Some that I think are plausible, and some I don't quite know how they work, and some are just interesting to me. You know, I'm always interested when, like, somebody throws something out there and they say, this is going to happen, and the world is going to end on the third Tuesday of next month. And then I'm like, ooh, let's see if that happens. And then the third Tuesday of next month comes, and we're all still here, and nothing's happened, and let's go on to the next one. So that's kind of how my conspiracy mind works, you know? It's not even that I really believe in any of these. And that's why they are called what they are, you know, is because they're just things that go on in your mind. And you think, could this be happening? Maybe, maybe not, you know, but we'll never know until actually time, you know, time will always tell. So that's what I always say. I always say, time will tell if this is actually what's going on or if it's just my mind running a ruse, you know? I know that I thought, this is just genius. And I didn't see it coming. I did not see a pandemic coming, you know? I have thought that the economy has been in trouble for a long time. Personally, I have thought the economy is in trouble and that we have way too much debt and that they need an excuse because the economy is going to crash. But a pandemic, it was genius. If that's what this is, it was pure genius, I'll tell you. And, you know, that's just about all that I have for this Conspiracy Tuesday video. But we'll look forward to further Conspiracy Tuesdays in the future and see what comes out of my mouth on those Conspiracy Tuesdays. So nobody ever knows because I just am rambling. So we'll see. And anyway, I know that for Thursday's video, I'm going to be doing some dry canning. So that should be interesting. So be sure and look up that video. Consider subscribing and ring that bell so that you know when that video comes out and you can see some dry canning on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm trying to make my Thursdays be like about preparedness and either new or things that I use in my preparations or stocking or just things that are, you know, being prepared. So I'm trying to make like the lesson day is like Thursdays. So this week it's going to be dry canning and I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm really excited. So anyway, I think that is all that I have for this Conspiracy Tuesday. So we will see you on Thursday. And so until next time, remember, keeping it simple is not the same as doing nothing.